How is everyone today? I hope you guys are having an amazing day. It's a little bit of a rainy afternoon, and I was just doing a little bit of research and looking at my portfolio, and boy, I love to see that green, you know? The green is so nice to see when it's all the way across the board. It was a great couple days, for Ethereum, boy, you know, Ethereum has been coming up a lot over the last few weeks, and a lot of people were talking about taking profit last night, right? So I was in a group, we have buy and sell signals for Ethereum, and that's what we watch, right? And we weren't getting that increase that we had been getting for the last couple weeks. And a lot of people were saying, well, I think we should sell, take profit, wait for a dip, and then buy back in, right? And I think a lot of people have that strategy. And that money that they take out of Ethereum, and while they're waiting for that dip, will probably go other places, like the altcoin sector, like Hoge. Because if you look at the Hoge chart, we're at 00035, and that's a good number, boy. That's great. You know, if we could set a new support, if Hoge could kind of set that new support above 3 and bounce off it, oh, that would be amazing. You know, that would be some good growth. That would really start to make Hoge stand out to new people. Now, there's lots of new people coming to me and asking me, how do I buy Hoge? I want to buy Hoge. And I'm sure to explain to them. I always tell everybody because Hoge is such a strong, the concept is so strong that I love it, and everyone I explain it to, they love it too. And I think the word is getting out there, you know, and as people make profit off of Ethereum, as people make profit off of Ethereum Classic, we know was crazy. Ethereum Classic has gone up so much, right? I think it's over $100 now. That's nuts, guys. That's crazy, you know. But I think a lot of people were looking to buy Ethereum. They have Robinhood. They're not too sure about which one is Ethereum, and they buy Ethereum Classic because it says Ethereum Classic, and they think that's the real Ethereum, right? So I'm assuming that had a lot to do with why Ethereum Classic had such big gains over the last couple days, you know. But the people that have Ethereum, a lot of them are taking their profits and they're waiting for a dip. They're waiting to see if Ethereum gets down to 28, 29, if it drops below $3,000. And if it does, I mean, then we'll get some serious movement on Ethereum if it does. But a lot of people are waiting for that dip, you know. And in the meantime, the money's going to go into other places. Because as you guys know, the volume in the whole altcoin sector, it slowed down as people went to these larger cryptocurrencies because there was that dip that they had, you know. So everyone's taking the profit that they made in the DeFi sector, and they're like, wow, look how much Bitcoin dropped. Bitcoin's down to 50,000, and they're buying back in. And you can see that. It reflects that in the charts. It reflects that in the volume of the DeFi coins and of the charts of Bitcoin, Ethereum, even Cardano. Cardano's been having some steady growth, you know. And what I've been noticing about Cardano, right? And I've been listening to Charles Hoskinson's, what he does, his YouTube channel, and he talks a lot. And you can get a lot of tidbits of information if you watch his streams, right? You know, this guy, he was around for Ethereum, right? He was around for Bitcoin. He saw these cryptocurrencies evolve. And he sees the issues that they have, and he was trying to make Cardano not have those same issues. Because if he can take the experience from Ethereum, from Bitcoin, and he can mold Cardano into something that is beyond that, boy, you know, the future of Cardano is just, it's bright, you know, and it's already been implemented, as we know. It's been implemented in Ethiopia, and it's currently education records, stuff like that is being kept on the Cardano blockchain, and there's so much more to come. You know, there's just that constant growth in these developing countries, and the people in these countries, when they start realizing that that Cardano has a store of value, right? People are going to start trading it amongst themselves for services, for products, for anything that they need to pay somebody with. They can do it. And like we said before, right now a lot of people use cell phone minutes, right? And if they can actually use Cardano, that's going to be amazing. And I think a lot of them already are using it, right? Because you figure, what was it? I think 500 million, right? All these people have Cardano addresses now. And just by getting those addresses, if they're in education or they're going to school and they have one of these school Cardano addresses, they can have ADA and they can transfer it amongst themselves. And they're going to see that this has a store of value, right? So they're going to use it in their day-to-day transactions with other people. And that's what I think that is going to make Cardano really become something big. You know, it's the real world adoption. You know, as we get real world adoption of the Cardano blockchain, that's when we're going to see some serious movement, and that's great. Now, I don't know if you guys have heard, but the CBDC, right? It's central bank digital currency. It's actually European, right? So I don't know if it's exactly like the EU or exactly who's behind it completely, but they're basically talking about a cryptocurrency for the euro, right? And now we know that the Fed, they're working on a American version of crypto, and then we know China has already, I believe they already implemented the ERMB, or they've implemented it on a small scale for testing, right? So as we move forward, we're gonna see governments using their own cryptocurrency on a blockchain, but I don't know if I really would put a lot of trust in them, because I would assume that they're going to have a mint function, because we know how governments love to print money, and I would assume that they're going to have a mint function and they're going to be able to mint coins. Who knows who is going to be in charge of it? Is it going to be someone from the SEC? I mean, who knows? It's gonna maybe they'll have to make a whole new group of people in the government that's going to be in charge of this, and that's going to make the decisions of what happens. There's a lot that has to go into it, and they need to think 10 steps ahead if it's going to be successful. And that's what we really need. We need something, as Americans, we need it to be successful to make us look good, especially if it's run by our government. And we know that our government has issues sometimes with doing the right thing, because certain people, when they get power, when they get money, they start to think about themselves, and they don't think about on a global scale, And from what I've been hearing, that they say a lot of high-ups, bankers and such, are involved now with Bitcoin, right? Because Bitcoin is the oldest, most well-known cryptocurrency out there. And basically a lot of people have that were in the public sector have gone into the private sector and now are working with different groups to help Bitcoin grow. But, a lot of them have their own personal agenda. And these are things that we need to look out for in every day, as crypto traders. These are things that we need to look out for, right? Now, Hoge, right? A third member of the Hoge dev team doxed himself. So he came out, said who he was, talked about what he does, and that's great, man. That openness is what makes Hoge stand out. You know, the accessibility of our dev team is what makes Hoge stand out. You know, and it's so different. I'm not, without naming names, other tokens are so different. There's so much in the shadows, you know. And Hoge is just, we're out there. You know, we want people to understand that, listen, we are dedicated to this project. We're dedicated to helping people. We like the charity aspects of Hoge, and we want to use Hoge for real world applications. And that's what is going to be, it's going to bring people in, especially seeing the redistribution. And that is what I use as the biggest sell point, that you put your Hoge in your MetaMask wallet and it's going to grow. And every time somebody sells, you're going to get that redistribution, and people really like that. You know, people love to see that. And the burn too. I mean, look how, I think we're down to like 405,000, something like that. Or 405 billion. You know, it's just amazing, man. It's really working the way that Hoge was intended to work. And as we are all putting in effort, it's just growing. It's growing in a great way, in my opinion. Now, if you go to Hoge.finance, you can see that now there's English and then there's a Spanish section. And then, as you know, the other day we were talking about in Germany, they were having a foot race, and it was sponsored by Hoge, right? And one of our German Hoglers was behind it, you know? And that's what we all need to do. We all need to do our part to get Hoge out there. But we need to do it in a good way where people are gonna see the benefits that Hoge can offer, right? But if you know another language, if you're fluent in another language, right, we can use you to help build directions of how to buy Hoge, putting out the quarterly map of where Hoge, what direction we're going, what we've already done, so that when someone does go on Hoge.finance, they can find their language, they can click on it, and they can see in their own language, and they can, you know, get a better picture if they're not completely fluent in English or Spanish, so they can see exactly what Hoge is all about, right? I love it, man. I just think it's so great that it's going to be like this club all over the world. Everybody who's involved in Hoge from all these different countries across the globe can all talk and all, you know, show that we all have the same dedication to this project, and we have the same dedication to charities and helping people in need and helping animals in need. And it's really great, and it could bring people together on a great scale, and especially in this society where there's so many people divided these days. It's something that can bring people together, and crypto has really been bringing people together. I've met so many great people over the past year that are involved in this, and it's great. I've made some wonderful friends, you know, and I've made you guys, because you guys are all my friends. So anyways, God bless, stay green, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye bye.